All right, welcome to that Synth Show. Your host, Synth Samurai. Welcome back. Today we're going to be covering some review of that Superbooth show that went down. We're going to be hitting the Korg Berlin new prototype that I think Korg is the future. And then we're going to be looking at a couple of artists showcasing a couple more things in there. So without further ado, let's begin with that Synth Show. All right, welcome back. It's been a while, summer's around the corner, and we're about to get started. We just had this big event go down, Superbooth, right after the NAMM one, and I don't know, were you guys impressed? Did any of you guys check it out? I checked it out. I was looking for content. Overall, I thought it was much better than the NAMM show, but you know, all the regulars were there. Bo Beats, Andertons, Kuku, Jorb. Perfect Circuit's there. They're all there, you know. Maybe someday I'll get there. I'll have to walk though, because you know how the poor man does it. I'll do a walk for charity, supporting all the poor men out there with no money to buy all these big $10,000 synths. So, we'll look at the Superbooth today, but before we check that out, I just wanted to show you guys something because I'm not sponsored or nothing, but I found these beers, and they're called Athletic Brews. And you know the poor man, he's gonna pick up the mug, he's gonna pick up the cup, and I think it's a pretty good way to get off the beer. I mean, here's the website. They got everything you need. Like I said, I'm not sponsored, but if you guys are like me, you like having a beer and playing synthesizers and, you know, having a beer, the money adds up, but also it adds up on the old belly. And we're trying to get that six-pack ready for the summer. So we're gonna be hitting these Athletic Brews. I just ordered them. They showed up in a day. I'll put the link down in the bottom. If you guys are into it, go check it out. They got stouts, they got helis, they got cheladas, they got everything you need. So we don't want to spend too much time on it, but shout out to Athletic Brews, non-alcoholic beers. You know, here we are, Athletic Brews. We got the Yerba Mate IPA. So as we get going here, you know, check it out. Lots of good beers. So that's it. Not a sponsor, but I think it's a cool company and I want to support them. So that's sweet. So Athletic Brewing out of Connecticut. Check them out. So now back to Superbooth. Let me crack this beer. So Superbooth, did it impress me? A couple things impressed me, but non-alcoholic, you can't beat that. And I'll tell you what, tastes amazing. So yeah, it was, Korg came out with a wicked product. I thought it's cool. Now, I don't know if it's cool to play, but I'm a Korg fanboy. I might get a Korg t-shirt, might get a Korg hat. Anything Korg does, I love. So I was a Behringer boy, but they weren't putting out synths, so I had to buy Korgs. Secondhand, used on reverb, but they sound awesome. So Superbooth, it went down. I'll show you a couple things that I thought were cool that came out of there. But let's just do a quick scan for a Perfect Circuit and see what they released. You know, they had a lot of stuff going on there. They had Teenage Engineering. As you see, this is one of the products I'm going to feature in a second. Not because I can afford it or you can afford it, but because it's amazing what they can pack into that tiny little box there. It acts like a vinyl record scratcher, tape recorder, mixer, records it. I mean, it's awesome. We'll do a little clip. They're better to show it than me, but $1,500. I could buy probably 350 to 1,000 Athletic Brew beers for that probably. So we got the Sonic Wave. This is a new granular synthesizer came out. Now that's a poor man's synth, $239. One of my boys on here, Sonic Wave, check him out. He's been using that one. Go down the list. We got lots of modules. We got the new Roland SS1, which, I mean, that thing sounds wicked. J6. So check that out if you're into it. That thing sounds awesome. It's a pocket synthesizer. I'm not into pocket synthesizers, but people who live in small New York apartments with not much room and no space to store anything, you might be into that. Or if you're a kid, or if you just got tons of big synths and you want something quick to take traveling with you. So that's the S1. We had the Electron Analog Heat, the new FX Mark II. I think this one is, maybe. I don't know if that is or not, but anyway, that came out. People love that. FX processors, got it all in there. Some more modular stuff, which I don't know too much about. Maybe you do. We got another non-poor man synth, the Behringer OBX8. We're waiting for the Behringer UBXA. When are you coming with a Behringer? We're all waiting patiently, but we're waiting. So we got the UBXA desktop module. I think that's awesome. Sounds wicked. You've checked out the sounds before. Some more modular stuff. This is all Superbooth stuff, so we'll do a quick scan through here. Nothing serious. Modular. This PWM Mantis hybrid analog synth sounds pretty awesome. Again, $1,300. That's middle class man synth there, I guess. You know, not poor man, not rich man, middle class man synth. Some more modular stuff. Box of something to put stuff in. Modular. Didn't know what that is. Don't know what that, modular. All right, so you get it. Anyways, quick scan through. This is all the stuff from Superbooth on Perfect Circuit's website. You can go check it out. You know, see what they got. It's never-ending products upon products. 2 pages. Let's do a quick check on the next page. Modular. All right, so that's Perfect Circuit. Superbooth Releases on their website. There was obviously more than that, but that's what we got for now. All right, so we're gonna move on over to this beauty here. Now, I can't cover it all. I don't got time. I do have time, but it's real hard to beat that procrastination bug, you know? It's just coming up with ideas, but the problem is with that synth show, I don't even have to come up with ideas. They're always there. It's just, you gotta give yourself that kick in the butt to get in here, you know? But makes it all worth it, because this is what I like doing. I love synthesizers. I love looking at synthesizers. I love listening to synthesizers. I love talking to you guys about synthesizers. And I mean, if you guys like what I'm doing, head over here. buymeacoffee.com/synthsamurai. Yeah, you know, I'm not monetized, so if you want to buy me a beer, since we're talking about beer, head over to there. You know, I'll throw a link down in the demo. Check it out. But anyways, back to the Korg. So the Korg Berlin. This is their prototype. So Korg has a R&D group set up, research and development, for those of you guys who don't know abbreviations. And this is something they're coming up with now as a prototype, and it's based on tuning forks. So if you can have a quick look in that little box, they got little tuning forks in there. And if you've ever had a guitar and put it up next to an amp to get the feedback, it does all that. It's a very interesting model they came up with here. The idea of the acoustic synthesizer might sound like oxymoron, but it's exactly the sort of unexpected concepts these guys came up with. You know, they got the mini logs, they got the Volcas, but they wanted to come up with something a little more futuristic. So sometimes by wanting to produce something in the future, you got to go back to the future. And it looks like that's what these guys are doing with this. They're going back to the tuning fork, you know? That thing that you whack and it makes that buzzing sound. I think they used it back in the Roman days for relaxing the Caesars or something like that, you know? So they got the tuning fork. So unlike a traditional synth that uses oscillators, the Phase 5 uses tuned metal forks. These forks are specifically designed to produce a specific fundamental notes and overtones. And since the core sound generation here is an acoustic resonator, it has qualities of normal synth do not. For instance, it'll feedback like a guitar when held near an amp, and if you whack it like you do the spring reverb on the Moog Grandmother, it creates a sound. So we're interested. We're interested in things like this because as synthesizer people, we get bored. We always want the new thing. We're always gassing out, and I gas out all the time. I just bought a Korg Mod Wave, and you go check out a couple videos back. I've been doing a couple demos with it, and I got the Op6, the Wave State, and the Mod Wave, and man, the Mod Wave is out of this world, literally. The sounds you can get coming out of that, crazy, and I haven't even scratched the surface, as I haven't with any of them, because You know, man, I'm one of these guys that I like the sound so much that when I get the synth, I almost play it more than I learn it. But then I learn it by playing it. But then it takes me a million times longer to learn it. So I just keep playing it, if that makes sense to you. So let's see if we can hear or see a little bit. I think we got reverb set up here. Doing a little talk about the phase 5. So let's check it out. Reverb.com.
It's Fast with Reverb, back
Link
at
in the
Superbooth
description.
2023 with Tats from Korg Berlin. If you guys aren't aware, this guy right here is the brainchild behind the Korg Vocas, the Mini-Log, the Monolog, the Monotron. And now you have Korg Berlin, and what is this new thing that you're holding?
Yeah, so this is an acoustic synthesizer.
Oh my God.
It's, I believe, the first one, the only one that I've seen so far. And it's basically a marriage of an acoustic instrument which has synth-like controls. So we have this metallic resonator, and we've designed the geometry of this to have specific frequencies that it resonates at that we think is pleasing.
So I'm wondering if this thing is like prototype in the sense that it's a box and it is going to be a box, or if they're going to stick some keys on it or something like that. So your guess is as good as mine.
So we have effectively basically two fundamentals that we can control the frequencies of according to how we design this geometry. And of course it has so many loads of overtones above it as well. So it has a really complex way of moving. And the whole concept of it is that it does act like, you know, like a live instrument. So if you have some notes on and you hit it, it will ring, you know. If you have the release open and you hit a note, all the other resonators will ring with it sympathetically. So it's very much like an acoustic instrument, or even like an electric guitar. You can hold it up to the speaker and it will feed back. So we're trying to kind of capture this rawness of instruments.
Maybe they're going to stick a neck on it and you're going to even hold it like electric guitar. Who knows?
While being at the same time controllable like a synthesizer.
All right, well, now I gotta hear it. So
Yeah, let's hear it.
let's go inside and
go
hear
inside.
this in action. So take me through this, please.
Right, so so the basic, if we take away the synth part of acoustic synth and we're just listening to this in acoustic mode, we're just gonna hit the resonator,
Let's go.
just let it ring out. Right? So as you can hear, it just decays away now.
All right. Impressed? Not yet.
Naturally, and this is what the natural resonator does. And it contains all the harmonics that we talked about. This is the fundamental. So it just bobs up and down. And then the higher modes have more complex movements. First overtone.
Interesting
Get a
concept.
flip book,
Right?
genius.
Yeah. Second one. Wasn't my idea, but a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Like this. It's more like a kind of like a snaking kind of, you know,
Sure.
wave traveling
I
through
can
the
see what you're doing there.
thing. This is cool, right? So it twists and contorts, right? It bends, right?
If
And
you're
this is
trying to
how,
do something
like,
different,
simple
then
fourth,
this is how you do it.
cut out
But
piece
let's
of
hear
spring
it.
steel creates all these like complex over. Well, okay, I want to extend, maybe just, and the synth mode comes in, overtones off. So this is just sustaining the fundamental note, and it's letting the overtones die off naturally.
Sure.
So we can cherry pick the bits that we want and either make them go on or make them.
All right, I don't know if they're going off the idea of that Soma wooden block thing that they had out that was, can't remember what that thing's called, but you know, the big wooden piece of birch block. If they're going off of that idea, but that thing, if they add some effects to it, some delay, some, you know, some reverb, some chorus, looks like they got the keys set up there to be piano-y style. So we will have to wait and see what this sounds like. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was one of the cool things that came out of the show, Superbooth. So that's the Korg. Then let's move over to this one, which I thought was cool. Just gonna highlight three, because you know, A lot of people got ADD, they can't sit through these big long videos, man, but I'm a deep diver, so I like doing the long videos. So I'm trying to get these ones knocked out at the beginning, and all you samurais who can stick it out till the end, you get to see the artist showcase and maybe a little surprise sometimes, all right? So this is a TP-7 by Teenage Engineering. Now, that company, I love that company. Not that I can't afford their gear. I guess I can't afford their gear because I find it very hard to spend a couple $1,000s or over $1,000 on something that is the size of a pencil case or you know, a guitar pedal. But when I watch their stuff, I think it's awesome. It's beautiful for one. They're super creative. So let's just scroll down and have a look at this baby. Here she be. Okay. Now this thing, it just looks beautiful. I don't know why. I'd want to carry that around in my pocket. I think Kanye West worked with this company to do his little stem Dumba, whatever that thing's called. But this is a beautiful little piece of gear, and the concept behind it is pretty cool too. So as you see, this wheel here in the middle spins. I think you can scratch it. We'll watch a quick little video in a sec to show you, but intuitive reflex control, fits in the palm of your hand as it should. One thing about Teenage Engineering, they got some real cool videos and stuff like that. So let's just do a little scroll through here. Tape reel sensation, motorized tape reel. You know, they make everything by hand. That's why it's so expensive, they said. I guess that's forward and reverse. Side mounted rocker allows you to quickly scrub through audio. Transcription, so you can transcribe stuff into it too. So you can be like, brr, transcribe all your stuff into, you can talk into it, and then you can upload it to something that'll transcribe it into writing. So I think that's super cool, like this. Boom, boom. So let's have a little listen. The TP-7, is it, by Teenage Engineering?
I've seen big camp bazookas made. I've seen 22.
All right, cool. So Perfect Circus video, that seems like something DJ Jazzy Jeff would have in his pocket if he was hanging out in Malibu in 2077. So that is super cool, but $1,500, can you do it? I don't know. Teenage Engineering, cool company, expensive as heck, but when they make stuff like that, it's very cool. And like I said, apparently they make everything by hand, like the old carpenters of a time gone. So that's cool. I think old Andersons did a video. I'll throw them in the bottom. Let me see if I can pull up what they're saying about it here real quick. Right here.
Announced
today.
Yeah, today. So it's,
Thank you, mate.
Thank you. So this is TP-7, our tape recorder, and it's kind of finalizing the
Anderson's
field
amazing.
range.
Cool. I love them.
This is your professional
British, I love 'em.
studio in pocket size, you know, backpack compatible. So this is a tape reel, 12 mono tracks maximum. If you use the TX6, you get all the 6 stereo channels, so you can multi-track 6 stereo. If you use a computer or a USB class compliant device, you get the 3 stereo. So
3 stereo, 12 mono, pretty crazy. In that little box, you know.
6 mono if you want.
Right.
It's also now it's off, but if I hold the memory button here, it turns on, and I can speak into the microphone and turn it off or release it, it's off. So basically it's a super quick way to record voice memos.
Voice memos, so If you're into voice memos, maybe you are because you're in studio and you're like, oh, I need to lay down a track or this idea. So, you know, blah, 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 blah. Boom. Load it up on your iPad, transcribes it, written out, throw it in Chat GPT, summarize it, throw it in Chat AI, video maker, boom, I got a video, you know, because AI is doing everything these days. I might even be AI here and you guys wouldn't even know it. Yeah. So anyway, let's not go too much into that, but it's cool. I don't want to play too much of Anderson's videos because I don't know how it works on YouTube yet. And they might strike me, they might not, but I'm going to put a link down the bottom because it's a cool YouTube channel with cool stuff. So let's move on over. We got time for one more. You guys got time for one more thing from the old Superbooth? Let's check it out. We got this one here. I'm going to show you the old version. So we got, this was from Nam, but they showed it again at Superbooth because I guess when you got things like the Micro Freak that came out, or the Mini Freak, and the Hydrosynth Explorers, all these things come out before these shows. So if you're looking at stuff like we are, you see them early, and you know, when you get to these shows, it's like, oh, I already saw that. So if you guys don't know about this one, this is the Nina. It's got motorized controls, so every preset you switch or save, these knobs twist, which I'll show you real quick here in a little demo. 12 voice, multi-timbral. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it. If not, go to Synth Anatomy, read it, check it out. It's from, I believe it's an Australian company, somewhere over there, mate. And yeah, so let's do a little quick listen here. All right, get the idea. Melbourne Instruments, that's Australia. So yeah, like I said, 3 oscillators, combined analog and digital synthesis, noise sources or sampling capability. It's pretty awesome. I think it's up around $3,500 again. That's upper class to Bill Gates synths, but you know, we think about Bill Gates, don't we? So let's move on and do a little quick sound demo of this thing, and then we'll move on to our artist showcase, because here it is right here. Again, perfect circuit, great company. Throw them down in the link. Let's see what this thing sounds like. Beautiful looking synthesizer. Sounds awesome. The motorized knobs, you know, that added an extra $1,000. Hope you got the headphones on when you're listening to this stuff, because it makes everything sound better. Arturia key step. Stereo ping pong. All right, so you get the idea. That's what we got. That was the Superbooth show. A lot of stuff that's already been out there, a lot of stuff that we already know about, but the Korg Phase 5 from Berlin's R&D seems interesting. I love Korg, but we're going to wait and see on that one, because the sounds, they didn't, you know, they didn't get the sounds that make me kind of go ooh la la in that one. So we'll wait on Korg. Then we had that TP-7. I can't afford it. Maybe you can afford it, but I can't afford that one. Not yet, anyway. I'm gonna have to get a job mowing lawns this summer. Maybe I'll be able to pick one of those up. And then we got this Nina, which my buddy's wife's named Nina. So if I had the money, I'd get this one, buy it, use it 3 or 4 times, send it to him, say happy birthday. All right, so speaking of him, Artist Showcase. Let's move on over to the Artist Showcase. As you know, we got Wolfman Love, one of my boys. He's putting out amazing tracks. So any of you guys stuck around Superbooth, you can take off. If you like listening to bedroom artists like me, then stick around and listen, because we got 2 great ones coming up. All right. So we're going to go over Wolfman Love. He's got a cool studio, great gear. Let's check him out. The song's called 2 Nights Left by Wolfman Love. Synthstrom Deluge, Roland J6, Korg Wave State, and the Strymon Night Sky. Plus Polybrew, TR8S, JDXI, and by the looks of it, RC505. Let it drop, my boy. That's Wolfman Love with his beautiful studio. See this background artwork on the walls? His missus does that. It's called called yarn bombing. So she creates art out of yarn, and you can check her out. She's got an Instagram, Rock Vandal, and she does amazing stuff. She's got cool stuff put all over where she lives, which I will not mention, but that's amazing. So that's the Wolfman Love. I always love showing his stuff. He's one of the greatest synthesizer artists known to man, and I believe him, and I know you guys believe him too. So head over to his site. I'll throw it down in the links. We can check him out and give him some of our samurai love. All right, now this is another one I found the other day. This is called Skies Are Weeping by Mythrian Music, and I'll throw that down the link. Get over, get her some subscribers. 357. I just thought this was the coolest thing. Sounded amazing. I don't know how they don't have, thousands and thousands of subscribers with this type of talent. YouTube is full of this type of talent, and it blows my mind and it humbles me every time I see these people playing. So let's check them out for a minute and see what they sound like. And then we'll clue it up for the day. And I thank you guys for joining me on this Sunday, heading into June. Skies are weeping, synthesizer playthrough. I'm weeping. Coming in heavy. Very, I don't know, Scandinavian, heavy style to it. Okay, all right. Well, we're gonna leave that one there. I just had to wait till that Prophet kicked in. That's amazing. She's amazing. That's super talented. I don't know what that thing on the right's doing or what synthesizer that is, but it's a workstation that basically sounds like it's got an entire Scandinavian heavy metal band under the hood playing there, and she's hitting the keys, and those people are just on strings going. So I think that's cool. Mythrian Music, check them out. I'll throw the link down in the bottom of this here, and that'll do it, man, for the Synth Show today. I appreciate it. I'm glad everybody tuned in today. Thank you again. That Synth Show's kicking off. We're getting lots of views, and people are into it, and I'm into it, and that's a beautiful thing. So again, go over and check out Athletic Brews, non-alcoholic beers. They're amazing. And like I said, if you're trying to get off the booze and get rid of that six-pack, check them out. They get delivered to your house in one day, anywhere in America. And if you want to buy me a beer, head over to the link, buymeacoffee/synthsamurai.com. And, that'll be down the link too. But thank you for joining me. And let's keep this synthesizer love going. So from me to you, enjoy your week, heading into June. Let's have a good time. And we are out of here. That's Synth Show, Synth Samurai.